So we've got these formulas. We've been doing volume of all these shapes. Now we're just going to apply it. Okay, so we've done a few composites in our homework. This is officially the lesson about story problems because we'll do some word problems together and just combining the volumes. So in number 1, what 2 shapes do you see?
I see
a pyramid and a rectangular prism. So I'm going to start with a rectangular prism. You're going to do 2 times 2 times 4, right? The base area is 2 times 2. The height is 4. So what do we get for just the rectangular prism? 16. And I need to add that to the volume of this pyramid. What's the base area of the pyramid?
16.
The base area would be 4, right? 2 times 2. Well, how tall is that? What's the drop height in the middle? 2. So we're really doing 2 times 2 times 2, and then dividing it by 3. Oh no, we're going to get some decimals. It's going to be okay. We should be getting 8 divided by 3. Is that what you got?
Yep.
Oh, people are getting calculators. Oh, man. 2.67. And now we're going to combine these two volumes to have a total of 18.67 meters cubed. This reminds me of summer, right? We're almost there. 3-year-old Kendra gets an ice cream cone with a scoop of ice cream that has a volume of 24 inches. That should say cubed. So the scoop itself, the ice cream scoop, has a volume of 24 inches cubed. That sphere, right? It's a sphere. The cone has a diameter of 4 inches and a height of 6. So I'm just going to re-sketch my cone over here. It has a diameter of 4 inches and it has an altitude height of 6. If Kendra lets all the ice cream melt, is the cone large enough to hold all the melted ice cream? We know the ice cream takes up about 24 inches cubed. So what do we need to do? How should we solve this one? How should we think through this one and problem solve? Work backwards.
Isn't the diameter of the cone the same as the sphere?
The diameter of the cone is the same as the sphere. Yeah. We just need to know if this melts, it's 24 inches cubed. Will it fit in the cone? So what do I need to figure out?
The volume.
Of?
Cone.
The cone. Let's find the volume of the cone. And if you forgot the equation, it's pi times r squared times h divided by 3. That's the cone. Do we have everything we need to find the volume of the cone?
Yep.
We do. So we're going to plug it in. What's my radius?
2.
My radius is 2. The diameter is 4. And we're not gonna leave it in terms of pi. We're gonna multiply it out. We're gonna multiply it out. And I get about this. So you tell me what you get. You're doing pi times 4 times 6. So in your calculator, I want you to actually multiply out 24 pi and then divide by 3. So again, we thought the first step should be to find the volume of the cone. Did you all get about 25.1 inches cubed?
Mm-hmm.
So will the melted ice cream fit in the cone? Good morning. So yes, the ice cream scoop, which is essentially a sphere, will fit in our cone. But, we don't recommend that. Eat your ice cream. Don't let it all melt. That sounds messy. 4 ice cubes. 4. 4 ice cubes with edges of 3 centimeters are left in a cylindrical glass. Wow. Let's draw a cylindrical glass. Yes. A perfect cylinder glass. And this has a radius of 5. Again, I highly recommend you draw the picture. It's a word problem. You will have a word problem in this test, and you gotta visualize it. So I have a cylinder glass with a radius of 5. How high will the water rise when the ice cubes have melted? Now I have 4 cubes. 4 cubes. And all of their edges are 3 by 3 by 3. Yes? What should we do, guys? We've got 4 of these. I want to figure out how high up in the glass will it melt and take up. You got 27. 27 inches or centimeters cubed for 1 ice cube. Great. And we're going to times that by 4. Thanks, Ava. That's 1 ice cube. We're going to times that by 4. And what is it? 108 centimeters cubed. So that's the volume that'll be taken up. How are we going to figure out the H? How can we figure this out? I need another formula. What formula do you think I need? What's the shape of the glass? We need the cylinder formula. And what are we solving for? The height. Do we know the volume that this will take up? Yes, it'll take up 108. Do we know the radius? Yes. Oh my gosh, the only thing we're solving for left is H. So now we're solving a 1 variable equation. What's 5 squared? 25. So I get 25 pi times H. I'm going to divide both sides by 25 pi. And yeah, you're going to have a decimal. What is H? About what? If we round to the nearest tenth. What is the height in the cylinder? $108 divided by 25 times pi. I got 1.37, 1.4. Again, when you're dividing, it really wants parentheses. So I got 1.37. So H is about 1.4 centimeters. Again, if you're using a calculator, please use parentheses when you divide by 25 pi.
25 pi or?
Well, 5 squared.
Yeah.
Or anything. Oh, you're saying...
Yeah.
So, if you have to do 5 pi, you still have to use parentheses. Flip it. Here we go. No more word problems. Now we just got some composites. Oh, hooray. We have to identify what 2 shapes are here. What 2 shapes are here?
Cylinder.
And a circle. Well, 2 semicircles. Oh, wait.
Hemispheres.
Circles. Hemispheres.
Lauren was right. The cylinder, this side and this side make a cylinder.
Oh.
Do you see it? And in the middle is a rectangular prism. See it? See it? See it? Great. So we're going to do a cylinder plus a rectangular prism. Let's start with the rectangular prism in the middle. It's going to be 6 times 3 times 4. Wow. The rectangular prism in the middle is going to be 6 times 3 times 4. It should be 72. The trickier part is looking at the cylinder. It's got 2 halves. It's split. Is the radius 2? Exactly. The diameter is 4. So R is 2. And now we're just going to calculate. What's the height of the cylinder? How tall is it? 3. So now we get 4. This makes 12. 12 pi. We are going to have to multiply this out because this is not in terms of pi. So I got about 37.7 when I did that. Now I'm adding my 2 volumes together. What's my total volume?
$109.7.
109.7 meters cubed. Questions? A lot of you said hemispheres or spheres.
How do you get
A cylinder?
cylinder?
Cut in half.
Yeah.
What triangle is this? An equilateral triangle? We have to find the base area, which is the area of a triangle. Half times base times height. So let's just sketch this equilateral triangle. Do you have everything you need to do area is base times half times height? Do you have everything you need? We have the base is 4. Uh-oh, what's the height? It's not 4. We don't know the height. What are we going to have to do? Pythag. H squared plus 2 squared equals 4 squared. Why'd I use 2? It's half. We had to bisect this. An equilateral triangle is going to have 2 identical right triangles. Gonna have to round because the square root of 12 is not a beautiful number. It is about 3.46. And now that's my h up here. So now we're gonna do half times 4 times the height we just found. Just to get the base area of this prism. Let's see what you get. What's the base area of this prism? .92. Nice. This is centimeters squared because it's just the base area. How do we find the volume now? How do you find the volume? Multiply it by 10. I got my capital B, my base area. It's 6.92. And I'm timesing by how long it is or how tall it is. Times by 10. Got about 69.2 centimeters cubed. We're going to move on. Our homework, I'm going to pass it out to you today. Can you believe it? It's our last homework assignment.
That's so exciting.
So exciting. Again, this week, our test is Thursday. I'll pass out the final exam review for part 1 Friday. Right now, we're looking at next Wednesday. Let me give you a date. Next Wednesday, 5/24 or possibly 5/25. We've got senior assembly next Monday, so I want to see how our review goes. So I'll let you know as we get closer, okay, on when part 1's going to be, but it's next week. All right, and we usually chunk it like 3 chapters on one, 3 chapters on another, so it's not all on one, okay?